it's taken me to get this hookup. But I think I'm ready. Let me let my hair down. Let's go to video. Oh my. Shake it out, girl. Woo. You know, YouTubers make it look easy. This stuff ain't easy at all. Just trying to get the right hookup with the microphone and the light, and I give up. I'm just gonna go and start. It may not be perfect, but it's gonna be. Welcome to the worldwide stage. I'm Alma Musique, and thank you for being here. I'm so happy you're here with me today. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and if you're not, well, we'll just pretend that you are. It just got better. Yeah. Thank you for being here. I want to thank Katie. She's my new inspiration at this wonderful place that she provides for entrepreneurs. We seriously are entering into the prime time for entrepreneurs. If you don't take advantage of this time in history, you're really going to miss out. Let me tell you, because this is the time to make your dreams happen. If you have a goal to be self-made, to have your own business, this is the time to make it happen. You really want to start now. So I'm starting this on the 21st of March. New moon in Aries, or new moon in something. I don't know. Astrologers keep telling me this is the time to start, so I'm not waiting any longer. Yeah, because we're just not getting any better looking. You know what I mean? We need to get this done now. I've been wanting to come to you for a very long time to tell you my relatable stories. I hope they're relatable. Stories about my life that I hope that everybody can relate to, at least some of us, you know, and being born in 1961. I'm 61 years old. I'm really proud of that. I lived all through the 60s. I lived all through the 70s, and I lived, of course, the rest of it. Thank God, right? But I have a lot of stories to tell. I was born in New York City, raised in the Bronx. The hospital was in Manhattan. So the birth certificate says New York, New York, New York. I'm really proud to be from the Bronx. I figured if you survive the Bronx, yeah, that's a good start for life. And everybody in the Bronx is always smiling. You know, we got no choice. If you don't, they'll kill you. No, I'm kidding. We're always smiling. We talk and we smile. It's not fake. This is how we do things. And you never meet a stranger. That's what I love about it. Everybody's, hey, mama. You know, hi, papi. What can I get you? How you doing today? I love that, and I miss that. I'm in Texas now, deep south. Deep south. There's a lot of things I love about it, and there's some things that maybe I'll never get used to, but you know, that's okay. We have to get out of our comfort zone, and we have to try different things in life. I know that sometimes I think that, in my opinion, deep south means depressed, but that's not really the case. It's just that it's different. When I moved to Florida in the early 90s, from New York City to Florida, that was a really big, drastic cultural change for me, because back then, Florida is not what it used to be. Miami was. You know, Miami has always been a very cosmopolitan, very Latino, very, you know, going on, hot to trot. A lot of music, a lot of food, a lot of activities. But Orlando, Florida, and Central Florida, for the rest of it, all the way down to Clewiston, Okeechobee, all my folks in Okeechobee, I love that place. It lives in my heart, the Everglades does. But you know, at that time, 1991, 1992, that was really still very country, very, very country. And again, that was a huge cultural change for me. It seems like I just keep going through these in my life, getting out of my comfort zone and starting something new somewhere else. These spaces and time where things are slower and you've got more space to expand, meet new people, be in different situations, actually allow us to concentrate on what we really want to get done in life, and it gives us the time to focus. So focus is so important to get our goals done, and sometimes we have to get away from the space of a lot of noise going on to be able to concentrate and focus and get it done. Growing up in the 60s, yeah, Puerto Rican family, one of the first to go into the neighborhood, right? Oh yeah, that was really something. I remember when the man was on the moon, my aunt, she was really, really funny. She only had a fourth grade education, boy, but was she smart as a whip. Woo! I came up behind her. I was just a little girl, you know, when man was on the moon. So she was sitting with my mom. I called my mom mommy, my aunt mama. So, mama, so they say the man is on the moon? Really, the man? There's a man on the moon. She says, that's what they say. Okay. That was when I learned not to believe everything I hear, not to ever believe everything that I hear in the news. There's always some story behind it. We really need to do a little bit more research. And no, we're not eating it up just because they're trying to dish it out. No. That was when I learned, yes, we have to be very astute and keep our mind about us. Always question, always question. So when I was growing up in the Bronx, you know, it was a very different time in New York history, United States history. I felt like we were really advancing in all aspects, in all areas. Women were getting into the workforce, becoming very professional, becoming very college educated. They were of all colors, of all ethnicities. We were coming up. We really were. And it seemed like nothing was stopping us. And there was no obvious racial divisions. Let me put it to you this way. It seemed like all ethnicities, blacks, Hispanics, Jewish, white, we were all living together, learning to really cooperate and learn from one another and appreciate one another. And it really seemed like we had gotten past the racial problems that we probably had back in the 50s. I remember when Martin Luther King was preaching in the country. I remember that. I remember the day that John F. Kennedy was shot. I remember the day that Malcolm X was shot. I was in New York City and we were very much aware. Remember, I had that aunt. What's going on today? She never missed anything. We were always on top of everything that was going on. And by the time I got to junior high school, most of my teachers were ethnic. They were Hispanic, they were black, they were some Indian, they were Jewish. Not very few white Americans, though, I gotta tell you. Not in New York City at that time. Mostly in our public school system in New York City, mostly everybody was ethnic. The junior high school principal at junior high school 22, my junior high school, was Mr. Green. Mr. Green and his deans, they were all about 7'5" at the very least. The neighborhood around Morris Avenue, 167th Street, just 6 blocks from the Yankee Stadium. It was a bad neighborhood until Mr. Green got there. And by bad, I mean, yeah, you had some drug dealers trying to come up to the school. You had some difficulties breaking out in the neighborhoods, you know, maybe some student fights and stuff like that before Mr. Green got there. Well, when Mr. Green came in, nobody dared come near that school to try to offer anybody no kind of drug, because Mr. Green and his deans walked around with whips and very long rulers, and they will paddle you if you dare just step out of line. That's how it was. And we respected Mr. Dean. Well, we actually respected Mr. Green. We were scared of him, but we respected him. The whole neighborhood respected him. Nobody dared step out of line. No drug dealer ever thought of coming around the radius of that square block. Nowhere near that neighborhood. So I went through junior high school really enjoying my experience at that school, because he turned what was going to go into being a very bad inner city school to making everybody just walk upright, do your schoolwork, learn, get serious about your stuff, and get good grades, go to school, be on time, and don't step out of line, and do things right. And it worked. It worked for a whole bunch of us. Of course, he got in trouble for it, as you can see. I'm not making this up. Yes, he did walk around with the paddles and the rulers and the whips. Yes, Mr. Green. Lean Green, Mr. Green. But we respected him. We respected our elders. I never saw my mom complain, that this man was putting down the law, not only in the school, in the whole neighborhood. My parents never complained about that because it was needed. Nowadays, you can only imagine that is not going to happen today. That is not going to happen today. No way. No way. He got in trouble for it. Yes, okay. We got the ESP program taken out of the school, which is where you could skip a grade. So there were certain amenities or certain advantages or privileges, I guess, taken away from the school because of whatever transitions were going on at the time and whatever reprimanding he got or whatever he had to go through. I was a kid in junior high school just doing my work, and believe me, you just had to make sure you were doing your work because Mr. Green was the principal. And so we didn't pay attention to what the repercussions were. We appreciated him, if anything, because we knew we were going to be in a safe environment. Now, how different is that from today? When parents can't even discipline their children, much less spank them. Forget about paddling and forget about, taking a ruler to them or a teacher, much less. But we grew up different. That's taking it back to 1974, as you can see. And then the rest is the rest. I've got a lot more to say, but thank you for being with me. This is an introduction to me, my life. Hopefully you can relate. And I love you. Know that you're loved. Do not let yourself be silenced ever, ever. And know that you are so loved. Thank you.